King Harris is in trouble. A leaked video shows him in a private moment with another man. His baby mama says the child might not be his, and his father, T.I, is scrambling to keep it all quiet. This isn't just another celebrity scandal. It's a full-blown meltdown. King's been in the spotlight since childhood. Now he's at the center of legal issues, viral fights, and nonstop rumors. The public sees the chaos, but the real story runs deeper. T.I built his image on power and control. King wants none of it, and now their entire family is falling apart for the world to see. There's tension at home, drama online, and damage that might be permanent. This is the story of a son rejecting his father's legacy, and a family losing control of their carefully crafted image. And it all started long before the video went viral. Let's break it down. The world thought King Harris had it all: fame, money, a powerful last name. But behind the TV smiles, the truth was very different. While T.I and Tiny, the family hustle, showed a tight-knit home, King says he didn't even live there. He was mostly raised by his grandmother. He'd only visit the house when producers needed him for filming. As soon as the cameras were off, he went straight back to his grandma's. This wasn't a full-time family. It was a made-for-TV setup, and King knew it. He's spoken out about it, saying he felt like a prop in a show that sold the idea of a perfect family. While fans watched him grow up in a mansion, he says his real life was far from luxurious. That disconnect planted the seed, the resentment, the identity crisis. King didn't grow up feeling like the son of a superstar. He felt like a visitor in his own home. This explains a lot. The anger, the rebellion, the constant need to prove himself. Because when the world calls you privileged, but you've never felt that way, it messes with your head. And that's exactly what happened next. In late 2023, King and T.I went viral after a heated argument on camera, and it exposed everything wrong with their relationship. T.I told King he grew up with a silver spoon. King fired back, saying he didn't live in luxury. He lived at his grandma's, fought in the streets, and never felt like part of the rich life his parents portrayed. The argument got ugly fast. King insisted he came from the hood. I laughed it off, accusing him of trying to act tough for no reason. King wasn't having it. He said he never wanted the gated community, the fame, or the image his father built. He wanted his own path, even if it meant chaos. It wasn't just a family fight, it was two versions of reality clashing. T.I thinks he gave his son everything. King says he had to fight for attention and respect. One sees privilege, the other sees abandonment, and the internet took sides. Some saw King as an ungrateful kid, others saw a young man desperate to be understood. Either way, the damage was done. This moment showed what many had already suspected. King and T.I weren't just having disagreements, they were living in two different worlds, and the cracks in that relationship were about to grow even wider. Not long after the family feud went public, King's behavior spiraled even more, and so did his rap sheet. In 2022, he was arrested and posted about it on Instagram. No details, just a mugshot and a caption. The internet lit up. People started questioning how a kid with so many opportunities kept landing in trouble. But that was just the beginning. King's been caught with marijuana, a gun, and an expired license. He's failed to show up to court. He even came close to crashing into a police car. Every time he ends up in headlines, the blame comes back to one person. T.I critics say T.I focused too much on fame and not enough on fatherhood. And every time King slips, the internet piles on. T.I finally snapped. He posted a video defending himself, saying all parents deal with wild kids, and King was no different. He said King knows right from wrong, but keeps chasing the wrong things, and that he'll deal with it privately, no matter what people think. But by then, the damage to T.I's image was already done. He wasn't just seen as a father with a troubled son, he was seen as the man who lost control of his own household, the man whose picture-perfect family was crumbling in public, and just when it couldn't get worse, it did. Just when people thought King Harris had hit rock bottom, something surfaced that took the scandal to another level. And this time, it was personal. A video allegedly leaked showing King in an intimate moment with another man. No context, no explanation, just a clip that spread fast and hit hard. According to sources, the video wasn't just leaked online. It was sent directly to T.I. and to King's baby mama, Big Nana. That's when everything exploded. The internet ran wild with rumors. Some called it revenge. Others saw it as a betrayal from someone inside his own circle. Either way, the damage was instant. For King, the timing couldn't have been worse. He had just become a father. He was trying to promote music, gain respect, and prove himself. But now, his private life was being dragged through the mud in the most invasive way possible. And for T.I., the fallout was massive. T.I. built his entire career on being the tough, hyper-masculine Southern rapper. He's always projected control, dominance, and family values. So when a video like this surfaced, allegedly showing his son in a way that directly clashed with that image, it shook everything. In hip-hop, masculinity still holds major weight, and this type of exposure, especially when tied to someone like T.I., hits differently. It threatened his credibility, his brand, and his public identity. T.I. reportedly went into full damage control. Behind the scenes, sources say he did everything possible to stop the video from spreading. Legal threats, phone calls, silence. He wanted it buried before it went viral. But there was one major problem. Big Nana, she allegedly still had a copy, and given their already rocky relationship, the fear grew that she might use it. Whether for leverage, revenge, or attention, no one could say for sure. But the idea that the mother of King's child held the power to blow this story wide open kept the Harris family on edge, and as this scandal spiraled, one question kept rising. Was King being exposed or set up? If the leaked video wasn't enough, the next revelation hit even harder, and this time, it struck at the core of King's identity as a new father. In November 2024, King proudly announced the birth of his son, King Jr. He shared the moment online, posted a photo, and even dropped a song titled Dear Son. To him, it was a fresh start, proof that he could be more than a tabloid headline. But the celebration didn't last. Not long after the birth, rumors exploded that King might not be the child's biological father. People claimed Big Nana, his baby mama, wasn't sure who the father was. Whispers of a secret DNA test began circulating, then came the alleged bombshell. The test showed King wasn't the dad. That rumor spread like wildfire. Fans flooded his social media with comments. Some mocked him, others showed sympathy. But the internet didn't hold back. Memes, jokes, and posts calling him naive or played were everywhere. And once again, King's private life was being torn apart publicly. T.I. reportedly wasn't surprised. According to insiders, T.I. had never trusted Big Nana. He believed she was using King and the baby as a way to stay connected to the Harris name. To him, it was about money, clout, and control. The leaked video only made things worse. T.I. suspected she was behind the chaos, or at least using it to her advantage. Meanwhile, Nana stayed silent. She never confirmed or denied the DNA test rumors, but the silence only fueled more suspicion. Why wasn't she clearing things up? Why hold on to the video? Was this all a plan? At the same time, King didn't say much either. He kept posting pictures of his son, refusing to engage in the drama. To the public, he looked committed, but confused. A young man stuck between loyalty, love, and betrayal. And with T.I. pointing fingers at Big Nana, and Nana holding the most damaging evidence of all, the Harris family was officially at war. But the real conflict, it was still coming. While the public focused on King, the real battle was unfolding behind the scenes. Between his parents, T.I. wanted silence. He didn't want King to address the leaked video. He didn't want to acknowledge the DNA rumors. His strategy was simple: bury the story and protect the Harris name at all costs. No interviews, no statements, no social media comments, just silence. But Tiny didn't agree. She believed King needed to take control of the narrative, speak up, defend himself, and stop letting the internet control the story. To her, silence wasn't strength, it was weakness, and worse, it made King look guilty. This difference in approach created a major rift. Sources say Tiny was frustrated. She felt like T.I. cared more about his image than their son's well-being. Every time she tried to help King address things openly, T.I. shut it down. Every attempt to clear the air was blocked in the name of damage control. Meanwhile, the public noticed. Critics started calling T.I. out. They accused him of protecting himself instead of his family, of being more worried about staying respectable than being real. The bad parent narrative hit hard, and this time, it stuck. Even fans who once defended him were turning, because while King was going through the worst year of his life, T.I. stayed in the shadows, and Tiny, who had always been the quieter one, was the only one publicly standing by her son. She posted loving family photos on Instagram, smiling with King and baby King Jr. It wasn't just a holiday post, it was a message. We're still here, and we're still together. But behind those smiles, the Harris household was split. T.I. wanted control. Tiny wanted clarity. King was stuck in the middle, and with emotions running high, trust fading fast, and the media watching every move. This family was running out of time to get back on the same page, and then the past came back to haunt them. Messiah had also grown up in front of the cameras, appearing on T.I. and Tiny, the family hustle. But as he got older, he disappeared from the show without warning. No explanation, no farewell, just gone. At the time, fans didn't think much of it, until rumors started swirling. Whispers claimed Messiah had been in a same-gender relationship during his teenage years. Alleged private photos leaked online, and suddenly, people began connecting the dots. Messiah's exit from the show wasn't about college or privacy, it was about image control. Some insiders claimed T.I. didn't want Messiah's rumored sexuality tied to the Harris brand, that he pushed his son out of the spotlight to avoid questions, speculation, or controversy. The exact same kind of controversy King is now facing, and while none of those rumors were ever confirmed, the pattern felt familiar. Messiah stayed silent. He shifted his focus to blues music and kept his private life completely off social media. He became the opposite of King, quiet, guarded, and distant from the family brand. People started asking, is this what happens when a Harris child doesn't fit the image? Now with King facing both public backlash and personal betrayal, many believe he's walking the same path, just louder, messier, and on a bigger stage. T.I. built his reputation on control, a self-made man, a tough father, a dominant voice, but with both sons allegedly being erased or silenced when their identities didn't align with that brand, people are starting to question what really goes on behind closed doors. Because this isn't just about scandals, it's about survival. And if your truth doesn't fit the script, you're cut from the story. King might be spiraling, but he's also refusing to disappear. And unlike Messiah, he's not going quiet, he's pushing back. And in doing so, he may be exposing something bigger than himself. King Harris isn't just acting out, he's breaking free. From the fake family image to the silence forced on his older brother, the Harris legacy is built on control. T.I. shaped the brand, King is tearing it down. He was raised by cameras, not parents, thrown into fame without real foundation, and now he's unraveling in public, with legal trouble, a leaked video, and a child that might not even be his. But maybe King isn't crashing out. Maybe he's finally telling the truth his family tried to hide. The video, the DNA drama, the rebellion, it's all a symptom of something deeper, a legacy built on appearances, a father who tried to manage his kids like a business, and a son who never felt seen unless he caused chaos. T.I. wanted control. What he got was exposure, and now the world sees the cracks in the parenting, the marriage, and the myth of the perfect family. King may be reckless, but he's real. And in a house full of silence, sometimes noise is the only way to be heard. The question now isn't what King did, it's what he'll do next.